Looking at my immigrant parents working day in, day out drove me to be hands-on from day one. We came from land, so farming is a big part of our family life. When my 13-year-old son sees 100 people picking blueberries in a field, it changes his mindset.
Just watching my parents as they tried to settle and build a foundation for us growing up. They're extremely hardworking, had great work ethic. I think a house is more of a tangible item, whereas I feel like home is where you build your foundation of your family. It's where your kids come home after school, and it's where you feel safe and comfortable.
We were in the multifamily business for almost 37 years. We started in single-family homes in the early 1980s, progressed into multifamily in the 90s. I think the drive behind Jayen Properties is now for the next generation. How do we bring them into the business? How do we build communities that they could do business in?
I actually graduated architecture in 1982 from the University of Nova Scotia. After working with a bunch of different firms, that's where I met Mr. Charan, who was the leader of RBI. And ever since then, I've been working with Rise.
For the last few years, my number one thing has been building a very strong team. A team that wants to lead in this industry. Growing up, there was no team. That generation did business different than how I'm going to do business. If I don't build the proper teams right now, bring in the proper channels and systems, the next generation is not going to join me. They're going to drift off in a different direction.
It's really more of a passion project. It's a legacy company that we may be able to hand down to the next generation, and that's really what's driving this portion of our growth. Suki and I have worked together interchangeably for the last 20 years. We work on our strengths together. Suki's a visionary, he's a go-getter, and I am his grounding force. We've come out stronger for that.
My backbone has been my wife. She's supported me through our lows, our highs. I think your life partner should know every single thing you're doing. And it's very important for me to mentor my children and get them involved at an early stage into our business and seeing how these communities are getting built today. These are the communities that my children are going to be living in the future. So their voice in our business is very important.
You want to find a bridge between what was the past and where we're moving to in the future. That's pretty exciting.
In my 20s when I had kids, all it was that, hey, I gotta make it. But now my kids are 18 and 13. I've come to realize, it wasn't all about making it. Jayen is actually my son and my daughter's name put together. That's how we came with Jayen Properties.
We are in that position now where it's not just about us. We want to help other people. We want to help community members. You can't build that foundation by yourself. It takes a community to build that foundation.
We're trying to build communities in Surrey, where we were born, where my children were born, that they don't have to go anywhere else.
Because you want to put your footprint in the sand, and you want home buyers to think back and say, that was a Jayen property, or this initiative was a Jayen initiative.
It all comes back to building communities for legacy. That community that we're building today, it's for next generations.